Hello people, and this is my Subnautica. I have now gotten the 2 sea glide fragments, which I will need for this entire game. I'm wondering why I'm so excited about that. Well, sea glide allows me to move fast. Down to here, deployables. This costs a lot of stuff. I can already make some, but I think, well, one side. If I get some things, I can actually make it. So the first thing I'll need to do is look around for sweet vine, which is giant kelp. Oh, I found something even better. The ancient coral tube, which is what I call this. It basically is like, if you want a resource in safe shallows, it's here. It's actually, the biome is safe shallows caves, but I have named it the ancient coral tube because it just seems like it's a ancient coral tube, basically. So, I'm getting all these materials here. There's only 2, I think, of these per game. They're rare. I've now made the oxygen tank, which you can see it, because I have 75 seconds, I think, of oxygen. I don't exactly know how that converts into seconds, but I think it's 75 within 100 meters of the surface. If you do not have a either and go too far down, you lose efficiency. So your oxygen efficiency is decreased and you can't eat as well. Now this is actually one of the handy things which you get in your life pod. It's a flare, which I can eat. It does have a bit bright of light, but they're useful as early game flashlights. So I'm going to bind this to the 3rd quick slot. It might not look like it changed, but now I have this split thing, which I can use kind of like a person in the medieval times would use a torch. The darkness doesn't bring any mobs or anything like Minecraft. It just makes it just makes you realize that this is a horror game, not a thing which you'd play at, I don't know, at a place where it has games filled with adorable cats and things. There is the one bad thing about the flare though, because it makes bright light, which is almost too bright. Too close up, it makes stuff vanish. So this is probably near the end, but I am definitely going to be continuing this as a series. But now, I also know the high capacity O2 tank, but more importantly, I should be able to make a battery. For the sea glide, now all I need is lubricant. Super easy. It says ingredients unknown. Just, I don't know, no reason, but I'll be back when I find the creepvine forest. Okay, so I have 2 things to say. First of all, I'm nowhere near the end. 4 or 15 minutes done. Second of all, I found the creepvine forest. So there's a stalker over there. I want to avoid those as much as we can. They are not all that dangerous or anything, but damage isn't all that great, and they can fight a bit. So once we're in the forest, we need to look for these. Though yellowy orangey clusters. They are called creepvine seed clusters, and once I just grab enough, now I'm able to make the lubricant which I need. Now I can disable my flare. Makes it kind of scary because in real life I have very slight fear of the dark, I think. And, well, technically, apparently, I can see light, so it's not scaring me all that much. Still, once I get to the Aurora area, that is going to be terrifying because you can just hear monsters roaring. Most of the time in the distance, but you can still hear them. I've never actually been attacked by and caught by one, but they are there. And also, this is my new pet hoverfish. Okay, so now I'm back here, I can go to basic materials, and there's now lubricants, which I can craft. And now, we'll fabricate. And now I have enough to make one sea live. And I can unpin this recipe now. Yeah. Now I have like this map thing. Once it manages to turn on. There. Yeah, it even has this map. And lights. So as you can see here, the safe challenge is suspended on this sort of thing. Oh, you need to stay away from that. Gasopods, when you get too near them, they fart. And the farts are so stinky, they can apparently swim through them fine, but I take tons of damage. Even if I just touch them. They're the only dangerous thing in the safe shallows besides crackfish, which isn't really able to kill you. So as you can see, I'm going way faster with the sea glide, which is a huge advantage. And one of my least favorite things in the world appears to have happened. A stalker wandered and chased after a peeper into the safe shallows, I think. It's annoying because then they just hang up around outside your life bottle all the time and threaten to eat you. Like once I was trapped inside for days or something. Like that. Just because of that. Okay, I can make 18 out of this. And we can also make silicone rubber. Okay. And I'm going to actually I never had a pet pufferfish. Here's very useful PDA. So my PDA just told me, which is this thing, which I opened in my inventory, illusions, beacons, and other stuff. Oh. And catch. That was a mistake, by the way. I did not mean to do that. That's fine. But, like, here I can edit my things. Like, I have stuff. About these. You can exploit creepvines. Okay, and now I need to definitely switch all of my titanium over. Titanium might not seem like it's important, but late game, I'm like, why did, I have any titanium left? And this is what you use to heal all the time. Now I have another thing which I'm gonna need. The tool, the repair tool, and the knife. I can get the knife easily enough. Silicone rubber there, and titanium here. I think it's the only one. Yes, and now I can practice survival mode. So now I can get cable coral and you can't hear my PDA talking at the moment. But apparently Weapons are removed from standard survival databases, following a massacre on a place called the Braxis Prime in this universe. And survival knife is the only exception, because it's important. And I just destroyed one poor rabbit ray, like that one over there. So, I've destroyed the rabbit ray, which makes me suddenly feel evil. This survival knife is useful. Survival knife thing is really helpful because if I chase this keeper, I can kill it, even though I don't see why someone would want to. It's only when you get the thermal blade that you want to hit things with the knife, because then, I can. Actually, this blood used to be red, but the devs changed that. I'm pretty sure it's because they wanted to look not like human blood, but yeah, so I can slash away peepers, hurt myself by attacking acid mushrooms, which aren't creatures, they aren't animals, but they have acid, like they're deep shroom buddies, which, unlike acid mushrooms, they do not spawn in every inch of a square centimeter. Well, centimeter. So I decided to start using that. And I might have just heard a trash fish on that coming out of its sulfur plant. Or it might have just been gasopod farts. That might be what I heard. Gas pods are actually helpful if you grab them, but you have to. That's a crash fish. Quick, see glide. Oh no, there's another one. Ow. That's why they're called crash fish. They go crash. And they go boom too. I'm pretty sure that once a YouTuber decided to call them a boomer fish because they went boom. They're the only hostile example of fauna in the safe shallows, which is good. Because, actually, using Minecraft talk, gasopods are neutral, which means they only attack if they're provoked. So now, those things look weird. That is because I took out their cave sulfur. Cave sulfur is what I need to make the tool which I wanted, the repair tool. Repair tools are good, especially good when you get vehicles, but also right now, in this really early time of the game, I can use it to repair my life pod, which, as you probably can remember, is smoking. You can see it from here. I can't just reach out and repair that big aurora over there, but it's definitely helpful. There are some places where you have to repair little tiny bits to open doors. And also, this is where my life pod is compared to the rest of the terrain. The deeper bits are the kelp forests. Around the edge, there might be some of the grassy plateaus, which are slightly deeper. But now, I can create the repair tool. One of the most helpful things ever, actually. Here, this. And also I need to undo this piece. And now, since I have this, put this in that person on it, and this actually starts out partially repaired, and I have the 4 for some reason, because I can do that. And now we get some information and a radio message. Now I'm pretty sure that if I go in now.